Good morning. Today's thought of the day will have a lot of animals in it. There are 3 stories I would like to share with you. The first one is about a bumblebee. When I was walking Olive earlier this week, we came past a little bush and Olive was sniffing around and scared a bumblebee. And it was on the floor and it tried to fly, but it couldn't really get very far. And Olive tried to snap it because she's a dog, they do that. And the bumblebee managed to fly to me and land on my jeans. And Olive then stopped trying to snap it because I told her to stop. And I knew that the bumblebee looked quite tired, it didn't really want to fly off. And there were no flowers around. So I decided to keep the bumblebee with me and carry it a little bit until I found a few flowers where I could put it down. And I did that, and the bumblebee was happy in the flowers, eating away, and I took Olive home. So that's the first animal story. The second story is about Baxter. He is a little dog. He is not our dog. But this morning at 7 a.m, I was feeding the dog and just wanted to go out of the house to feed the cats. But when I opened the door, a little dog ran in, Baxter. Never seen him before. He was very jumpy and excited and yapping a little bit and just really confused, I think, maybe a little bit scared. And we managed to get a lead on him and see the number that we should call for him, but they didn't pick up. So we tried to keep Baxter in the house. We gave him a little bit of water, a few treats to calm him down. We made sure that he got a bit of comfort. We petted him a little bit, and just tried to calm him down, really. And that was all we did for about 20 minutes. And then we got a call, and it was Baxter's owners, and we managed to return the little dog to its owners. So that is story number 2 about Baxter, our surprise guest this morning. And the third story is about 2 ducks. These 2 ducks showed up on the front lawn yesterday. It was a male and a female one, and the female one was walking around on the lawn picking up food. They were quite far from the river, so Amy decided to get a little bit of water and a little bit of oats and just feed them a little bit to make sure that they were taken care of. And they were just sitting there, and when we came up with the food and the water, they tried to run away a little bit, so we just put it down and then left, and we saw them then walk up to it and drink the water and eat the food. So that is animal story number 3. Now, how do these 3 stories connect? I think all of those different stories show us something about what happens when we go to God for help. The bumblebee was scared and very tired and close to death. And it found safety with the nearest object, me. And I then carried it and put it on a flower where it was able to eat, gain strength back, and then hopefully fly home. And I think that is a picture of how sometimes we run to God when we are in a bad situation, something that scares us, and there might not be an immediate reaction. Maybe we are running to God and nothing really changes immediately, but then a few months or years down the line, we look back and we realise that actually God took his time so that we could then be released into a newer, better place. So a situation was bad, and God took time to carry us to better places, where we had food, where we were safe. Just like the bumblebee was carried to flowers. With Baxter, the little dog, I think that is an image of how sometimes we run to God and nothing changes. The situation doesn't change. We still feel a bit lost. We feel a bit scared. And we go back home. We go back to the situation after we've run to God. Just like Baxter went home to his owners. But the difference is that Baxter was scared in the beginning, and when he left, he was calm. And he had had something to drink, something to eat, and he was cuddled. And when he arrived home, he was happy to see his owners. And sometimes God doesn't take us out of situations, like this isolation, for example. We can pray that God would make it all end, stop this virus and everything, but I don't think that's what's going to happen in this situation. I think we will be stuck in this moment in where we are for a bit. But what happens is that God doesn't just leave us in this fear. God comforts us, cares for us, provides for us. So he calms us down and then returns us to the situation, and we will be able to deal with it better. The third story with the ducks, to me that shows what happens when we don't run to God. When we just mind our own business, when we try to do it by ourselves. Because I think when we don't run to God, when we are in distress or needing help, he will provide it anyways, just in ways that we might not be aware of. Just like the ducks, they didn't beg us for food or water, but once they had it, they happily ate it all, drank it all. So God provides for those who don't go looking for him. So these 3 stories of animals, they all happened in the past week, and all of them individually made me think about how God takes care of us. How sometimes we are staying in situations that we don't like, but God can give us comfort through it all. Sometimes there's an exit, a way out of a situation where it leads to better places, like the bumblebee. And sometimes we are stuck in a situation and we don't go to God with it, and we try to do it all by ourselves, and God still provides, because God knows what we need. I do not have a specific Bible passage for this, but I know that the Bible is full of all of these images. There's about the sparrow. There's just so many stories that talk about God providing for his people. And I just want to encourage you all that you are reminded of this, that God is taking care of us all in the ways that we need, and we do not need to be afraid that we will not be taken care of. And us taking care of each other, that is also God's doing, because it means that we care about each other, we love each other, and take care of each other. And we can only love one another because God loved us first. So I hope that these 3 stories make you smile a little bit, and that you all have a wonderful weekend where you get to enjoy outside. Have a wonderful day. Bye.